living arrangements at a given school? Is it important for you to have your own bedroom? Do you need your own kitchen? Or are you just okay with that, one room, 2 roommates, and a common bathroom on a long hall of rooms? Take a look at the facilities, the gym, the art studios, the music facilities, the types of things that you personally would be making use of at a given school. Also take into consideration some of your personal things. Do you have dietary restrictions that the campus cafeteria can accommodate? Do you have medical needs that would be taken care of? Is there adequate access to the different buildings? Is there a doctor that's easily accessible? A hospital on campus? Also look into religious things. If you're a practicing Catholic, is there a church on campus, or is there one within walking distance? Does the school have a particular religious bend to it? Do you have a religious ed requirement? Do you have to take theology? These types of things are things to consider. Next up would be extracurriculars. You probably did a number of these in high school, and it would be a shame if you didn't do any in college. Take a look at the variety available. Make sure, obviously, that anything that you really desperately want to do when you get there is already there. Also look to see that the school has a number of new choices, new opportunities, things for you to try out. Try to get a feel for how strong extracurriculars are on campus. Are they a priority, or are they really secondary to studies? Either answer is okay, as long as it's okay to you. If you show up on campus wanting to do 100 hours of volunteer work a year and find out that the volunteer club meets once a month, it might be a problem. Also, look for your volunteer and employment opportunities. If these things are important to you, see if the school has pre-existing relationships with either that would put you in a good place. Particularly with employment, if you're looking to do work study, find out how easy it is to get a job that is work study qualified. Find out how easy it is to get a job off campus and how it is to commute back and forth. Sports is a college thing that is a consideration for everyone, at least a little bit. Whether you watch or play, take into consideration the following. For those of you who want to be the sports fan, how important is that to the culture of the school? Do you want a school that absolutely erupts during March Madness, or would you prefer to go watch the swim team? How important is it to you that you have a big sports school? Again, some schools have those huge 100,000 person stadiums and just absolutely go crazy during football season. Other schools kind of have some bleachers outside of their football field. It's all a matter of what you want, but you need to look into it. On the playing side, we could do a whole nother session about this, but give some thought, and some thought early, as to whether you want to play varsity or intramural or club. On the varsity angle, Division 1, 2, or 3, and how serious even within those divisions. Do you want to make basically sports your job in Division 1, or would you like something a bit less intense? On the intramural or club side, how well established is that team at the school? You'd be surprised how many schools say they have club teams, and yet when you get there, the situation is kind of a bit different. Then there's always those extras to keep in mind. You probably spent a fair amount of time in high school racking up AP and IB credits. It'd be nice if you got something for those at the schools that you're applying to. Whether it be actual credit hours so you could go toward a double major or study abroad, or if you just got to sort of wave out at the intro classes so you could take more higher level classes in your program. Speaking of study abroad, do they offer it? Is it promoted? Does the school have already established programs in different countries? And what countries? Similarly, internships. Are they promoted? Are they encouraged? Sometimes required by different programs? How many opportunities are available to you? Particularly with the hard sciences, but also in the liberal sciences, is research available to you? Can you be a research assistant to a professor and get published even by the time you graduate? Which can be absolutely huge when it comes to graduate school applications. And see if there's an honors program at a school, and see what it entails. Sometimes it's not extra coursework, but sort of like an extra once-a-week seminar that goes over different honors type things. It can be really beneficial, particularly when it's about interviewing and other professional development pieces. So where do you find all this information out? Well, good places to start would be the Princeton Review and the U.S. News and World Report. Each year they rank pretty much all the schools in the country based on a number of factors. And they'll give you a list basically that you can go through and sort of customize based on the competitiveness of the school, the cost, the location, and the rest. It's a great place to start compiling names for your search. The College Board, the person who brings you the SAT and the AP exams, is also another good place to research. They have a fairly good tool that sort of lets you plug in different criteria and spits back a number of schools that fit them for you. Not the be-all and end-all of your search, but a good way to get sort of other ideas that you might have kind of glossed over. Once you get a list of, say, even as many 50 schools, get onto the individual college websites and just start surfing around. Some of the schools' sites are better than others, of course, but they're getting better and they give you a feel for that particular school. They'll end up answering far more questions than you had ever thought to ask. And as you get going, you'll start to figure out what you want to see in a school. Google can also be an interesting tool. It can sort of give you the different news of what, has the school been in the news lately? What's been going on there? What have big graduates from those schools been up to lately? And finally, don't underestimate the possible feedback of current and past students, particularly from your hometown. Get their advice. Find out how much they like the school that they're at. Particularly if you had upperclassmen friends in high school, touch back with them. See how happy they are where they are. See what they like and dislike about their school, and factor those into your decisions. So if you're still having problems narrowing your list, prioritize. Figure out which factors are more important than others. Balance the competitiveness of your list. Make sure you have those reach schools, those middling schools, and those safety schools. You want to make sure you have a good mix so that you get sort of a, best chance to get into the schools that you want. That said, only apply to a school that you would want to attend. It's just not worth applying to a school you don't like. You're not going to do a good job on the application, it's going to waste your time, and it wastes the school's time as well. And finally, get realistic. This is a big decision, but probably you're going to like wherever you end up. And if not, you can always transfer. It's not the end of the world if you don't end up getting into the single reach school that you want, but there are a number of schools out there that would probably make you almost just as happy. When you get to the college visit portion, figure that it serves two purposes. If you go before you apply, it can help you to narrow your list. If you go after you apply and get accepted, it can help you figure out where you choose to enroll. When you're on the college campus, make sure you get doing the following. Tour the campus. Take the official tour, but also just wander around on your own. Visit the financial aid department if you're likely to submit an application. They can give you an idea and plug in your numbers and sort of give you the best estimate as to what it would cost you to go to that school. If you can, sit in on a class. See how a college class at this school operates. And finally, try to schedule an appointment with your prospective department. They can sit you down and give you the whole curriculum, what it takes to get your degree in that department, the opportunities available to you. They're a great resource and you can ask them any question that comes to your mind. And that's one of the best ways to narrow down that final decision. Well, I hope this has been helpful. And I welcome you to join us at www.mycollegecoaches.com to see other video coaching series sessions. I wish you the best of luck in your college search, in the applications process, and in your final decisions. Good luck and goodbye.